tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ Dhammaṃ Sanghaṃ namasami. Well, it's really wonderful to be here. I'm just kind of in awe of this gathering of monastics and of the lay community, and it's and just hearing it mentioned that it's been 5 years. It's kind of inconceivable that this can happen in 5 years. It's just really wonderful. And I realized when we were in the back there, the monastics together. So I used to live in Amravati Buddhist monastery in England before I came over to the US, and that was also a big monastery, lots of monks and nuns, and lots of lay community, especially on the weekends. And it was lovely to be part of such a big community, and I've almost pretty much given up on experiencing that again, you know, because over here in the US, there are, at least for the female monastics, there are a lot of sort of startups, you know, little communities here and there. So I was just really enjoying being in this big gathering of Sangha of all different, you know, very senior and middling and new and just the richness of that. So I'm just, my heart is really full, and also just to see everyone here. There's some familiar faces who've been part of this from the beginning, and then people who, you know, maybe newer, and just the beautiful a sense of the strength of practice also that's here in the room, and diversity and commitment and faith is very, very inspiring. So I'm sort of I'm absorbing all of that. I'm just really enjoying all of this this gathering, this presence of the fourfold assembly. And you know, the having been on the land and having a sense of that, the gentleness of the land, the beauty of that land, and also the beauty of the vision. And the clarity of the vision is very inspiring. The clarity of the vision in stages, with the long-term vision of a big monastery with a big Dhamma hall and 20 kutis, and you know, that's the long term. And then the short term of getting 2 kutis on the land, or maybe 3. I'm not sure what we're looking at now. And then you know, whatever will happen in between. Yeah, just to be here for the beginnings of this is really, really beautiful, and to see how having a very clear, like Ajahn Kovilo and Ajahn Nisabo, having such a clear intention and aspiration, and also a kind of a patience to wait until the right conditions come together, and then just how beautiful that is when they start to come together. So I'm just sort of rejoicing in that right now. And as I was sitting here, sitting in meditation and just being with everyone, what came to mind was how the Buddha speaks about all of the different realms. So this isn't in sort of Western Buddhism. We don't talk about that very much in the sort of Americanized version. But the Buddha talked about these different realms, you know, the hell realms, the hungry ghost realms, the animal realm, the human realm, the Asura realm, or the jealous god realm, and then the sort of heavenly realms. And how, even in, you know, like right here in this situation where we're all together in the same place, any of those realms might be playing out in our mind. And you know, one can be in the most beautiful situation, and yet the mind is in a hellish state, or just craving, or you know, obsessed with sort of lower desires. Or it can be in a very exalted state. It can be in a very beautiful state, or in a jealous state, or in a simply human state. And the you know, the human realm is sort of defined in some ways by ethical living, so living by the precepts, an attunement to or a working towards those ethical precepts. So that's seen as like the basis of the human realm. That those who are taking care of their sila and doing acts of generosity, acts of goodness. This is what creates the human realm. And so, even as a human being, if we're not really taking good care of our sila, of our ethical conduct, our mind can start to fall into lower realms, into hungry ghost realms or animal realms or even hell realms. And also, if we just allow our attention to be only in the mind. So this is one of these problems of being human, and in this day and age also, everything is like education is very much about the mind. And then with, so much being online and devices and much less physical work for many people than there used to be in the old days, then the mind is what's used most of the time. We're in our mind. And the mind is the untethered mind. It's a treacherous place to hang out in. And if it's not tethered in something really clear, if it's not tethered in good ethics, if it's not tethered in the present, it can go anywhere. It can go anywhere and get stuck. So there's the basic 5 precepts, but there's also a refining of those, and just seeing where are we cutting corners, where are we not really bothering, where do we sort of excusing, oh it's all right, and then maybe we're experiencing difficult mind states and we think, oh it's because of that person. If they would do something differently, then I would feel okay. Oh, it's because of that situation. If that was different, I would feel okay. But actually, the world is as it is. It's far from perfect, and it always will be. And people are never going to 100% meet our needs, not for very long anyway. And that's how it is. But we can take care of what's going on here. So if we're experiencing a lot of suffering, it's really good to check in. Is there anywhere that I'm not really honouring myself fully with uplifting this ethical behaviour, this humanness? And also, what is bringing you into the present? How can you come back to the present? So if we're just in the mind, which can go anywhere, can travel through time, through space, through all around the world, into the it can go all over the place. It can create, it does create actually, these realms. It creates them. The mind creates the hell realms. The mind creates the hungry ghost realm, the heavenly realms. It's the mind. So when Venerable Suvijana was giving this guided meditation, she said, the breath and the mind influence each other, something like that. I thought, oh, that's really important. So the mind can be lost, and then just, okay, what's happening with the breath? So if we pay attention to the breath, that will bring us back into the present. And then maybe the breath's really agitated. Okay, maybe we can calm the breath. Maybe we can settle the breath more deeply into the belly. Or maybe we're barely breathing at all. We're not allowing ourselves to fully be here. Just like upper chest breathing, and then like, hey, can we just take a bit more of a deep breath? And that will bring us into the present. And it brings a greater settling. And that greater settling can start to ease the mind and calm the mind. And so we can check in, if there's a lot of agitation and stress, difficulty, how's the breath? And then can we just soften, deepen, open the breath, or the body breathing? And this can help to bring us back into presence. And it's said for one who's entered the stream, they will never fall into the lower realms. One who is a realized stream entry, the first level of awakening, they won't fall into the lower realms. And some of the characteristics of a stream enterer are that they naturally live by those 5 precepts, and their not 100% attuned to being in the present, that would be a fully awakened being, but there is much more ability or interest in being present. So those simple things, even if, stream entry aside, but it's like being present and attending to the breath and keeping a good sila. This brings us really fully into the human realm, wherever our mind may be. So, this is, and then this gives us a basis for our life, where we're not just struggling to keep above water. And regardless of whether our conditions are comfortable or uncomfortable, or the things are going well or are difficult, that's just life. That's just the unfolding of life. But we can keep this this kind of foundation and basis of well-being through good sila and through remembering to come back to the present. So we're breathing all the time, but most of the time we're not really aware of that. And I'm not advocating like going into the 16 steps of Anapanasati, while driving a car or something like that, but just touching in to this breath right now. So, the path is a lifetime path. It's for the whole of our life. And we have this amazing blessing of Clear Mountain Monastery that where the vision is for monastics and also for the fourfold assembly, for the lay community and visiting bhikkhunis and mechis, and it's for everyone, and it's to support our practice in the long term, long term, throughout the whole of our life. So I'm very happy to be part of this, on the peripheries in a way, but part of this community. And we have our own community out in Port Townsend, Parayana Vihara, which is a smaller vision, a smaller, slower vision, I could say. But it's also fitting for our needs out there. So I just wanted to remind you of the ever accessibility of finding a place of peace and well-being and contentment through being here with this body breathing, and through keeping a good, clean, clear, or developing, even if you're not there yet, developing good, clean and clear standard of life. So may we meet again many times over the years, and wish you all the very best.